How's it going, YouTube? It's your boy Ron, and welcome to our new Let's Play of Let's Play Pokemon Leaf Green. Alright, enough of the chit chat, let's go ahead and get started in our brand new adventure in the world of Pokemon, starting it where it all began. Yes, it is the third generation, so technically not the very original, but still, it is where it all started back at the Kanto region and become the Pokemon Master. You can ignore all this so we can get started right away. Come on, guys, let's get excited for a new Pokemon journey. Alright, hello there, glad to meet you. Welcome to the world of Pokemon. My name is Hope. People affectionately refer to me as the Pokemon Professor. This world is inhabited far and wide by creatures called Pokemon. And for some people, Pokemon are pets. Others use them for battling. As for myself, I study Pokemon as a profession. But first, tell me a little about yourself. Alright? Because come on guys, we already know who I am. It's your boy Ron, and yes, I'm a boy. Oh, yeah. Okay, enough of that. Ron, and of course, not Ron Boy, it's your boy Ron Boy. Come on guys, we already know who I am. And is that your name? Hey, yes. And this is my grandson. He's been your rival since you both were babies. What was his name again? Yeah, we could give him a default, but Ash. No, I'm Ash. Well, Mom would, but still. We're gonna go ahead and give him his original name, Blue. It's only fit right for this guy that we named him his original rival name. Or was it Blue? Oh, that's right. I remember now. His name is Blue. I do not remember your own grandson's name. Come on, man. Ron Boy, your very own Pokemon legend is about to unfold. World of dreams and adventures with Pokemon awaits. Let's go. And so we've arrived at Pallet Town. We've just woken up on our 10th birthday, and we are on our way, set to become a Pokemon Master. We're gonna leave my house and never come back. Hi, Mom. Right, all boys leave home someday. It said so on TV. Oh yes, Professor Oak next door was looking for you. Okay. Alright, so for everyone out there watching our new Let's Play, this is Pokemon Leaf Green. It is a remake of the original Red, Blue, and Green, and somewhat Yellow. I say somewhat Yellow for those who haven't played. Yellow is more to mimic the anime of the Pokemon, the original Pokemon anime. And Red, Blue, and Green were pretty much, you know, the first original games. And Fire Red, and of course the game we were playing, the Leaf Green version, is of course a remake that added a lot of new content, and of course did some, you know, quality of life changes, and of course just made a lot of different battling mechanics and all the other styles. It added a lot to it, but there's still many of the core gameplay, Gen 1 mechanics here that of course we all love and remember so fondly. But Professor Oak was looking for us, but forget that, we're going on an adventure! Hey, wait, don't go out. What? But I wanted to go out and become a Pokemon Master without a Pokemon. I know. It's unsafe. All Pokemon live in tall grass. You need your own Pokemon for your protection. I know. Here, come with me. Okay. I don't mind that. I'll go with you. Kind of weird, but you know, it doesn't matter. Hey, it's Blue. It's our rival. Gramps, I'm fed up with waiting. Dang, alright, impatient. Blue. I can't think of. Oh, that's right. I told you to come. Just wait. Here, Ron Boy. There are 3 Pokemon here. The Pokemon are held inside these Pokeballs. When I was young, I was a serious Pokemon trainer. But now in my old age, I have only these 3 left. You can choose one. Go on, choose. Hey, Gramps, no fair. What about me? Be patient, Blue. You can have one too. Yeah, be patient. Like, come on. Why you got? I don't get why his being God, he's such a dick. Alright, so just like in the originals, the remakes of course encompass 3 of the first original starter Pokemon. We have 3 to choose from, and we are of course allowing Professor Oak is giving us the ability to choose one as our main starter. We have Bulbasaur, the grass type Pokemon, very easy to train. Do we choose him? Or do we go with Squirtle, the water type Pokemon, one worth raising? Have we decided on him? Or do we go ahead and test it out with Charmander? He is our other choice. We should raise it patiently, the fire type Pokemon. Do we go with him? You know, there's a lot of very, very tough choices to make. These 3 are, of course, depending on who you're asking, can be considered one of the greatest starters out there out of all the current, you know, Pokemon games out right now. Squirtle is honestly my favorite starter. In fact, if I were to gather all of them, he is my favorite water type starter behind a couple others. But I pick him a lot, especially in the original and a couple times in the remake, so I'm not going to choose him this time. And of course, we all know Charmander, the lovable fire type, of course evolves into the final evolution Charizard that many of us, whether we are Pokemon fans or not, know so well. Great strong fire type. I've used them a couple times, so I will pass. I will go ahead and in fact choose, just to give you guys some small information about me. Bulbasaur was actually the first starter I played in Leaf Green when it originally came out, so I will go ahead and choose it again because Bulbasaur does hold a special place right here for me. I grinded Bulbasaur so hard. I mean, I remember when I was about to beat the game, it was at level 80. I mean, I only trained Bulbasaur. Like everyone else I ignored it, just trained Bulbasaur up to Venusaur at level 80 to take on the Elite Four. It sort of worked out, it took a while, but it still managed to work out pretty well in my favor, so I'm not going to deny that. And we'll go ahead with Bulbasaur. And we received Bulbasaur from Professor Oak. Alright, and do we want to give it a nickname? Sure. Now, of course, like in Emerald, not the greatest at giving nicknames to my Pokemon, I'll be honest. So a lot of them will be not creative or very bland, or, you know, some of them won't be as original. Doesn't matter to me though, I will go ahead and name it Soar, because of course all its evolution lines do have Soar at the end. So I'll go ahead and just give it that distinction. I'll take this one, then. And of course, Blue receives Charmander from Professor Oak, and it's no surprise that of course our rival is picking the type that is strongest against the starter that we pick. I guess that's the kind of disadvantage of when we go ahead and pick first. He has the opportunity to get us in the upper hand. Unfortunately, we won't be seeing Squirtle, just because it wasn't picked. Please, Professor Oak, can I have 2 starters, please? Fine. Alright, I guess now with that out of the way, we can go ahead and start our adventure! Not yet, okay. Wait, oh boy, let's check out our Pokemon. Come on, I'll take you on. Alright, so it looks like we begin our very first Pokemon battle. It is against our long-term rival, Blue. Battle number 1. And of course, we only picked out our first Pokemon, so it makes sense which ones we have. Oh, for Pete's sake, so pushy as always. Wrong boy. You've never had a Pokemon battle before, have you? A Pokemon battle is when trainers pit their Pokemon against each other. I kinda already knew that, it was pretty obvious. The trainer that makes the other trainer's Pokemon faint by lowering their HP to 0 wins. But rather talking about it, you'll learn more from experience. Duh. Try battling and see for yourself. Yeah, okay. Don't really have anything in terms of rights, so might as well just tackle, right? Inflicting damage on the foe is key to any battle. Aw, he lowered my attack. What a dick. I might as well do the same thing. Just in case he starts to attack, he doesn't have a way of doing it either. Lowering the foe's stats will put you at an advantage. That is true, something to keep in mind. I don't know how much I would normally go without it, but it doesn't really matter. This might take a while. Oh wait, you might have those. I'm kind of scared which way this battle might go. I go first, but... Oh yeah, this is very tense. Oh, this is very tense. No, he crit me! That's so unfair! Oh, what a dick! Come on, what a way to start the Let's Play. Charmander, come back. Yeah, I ain't great or what. Man, he won with a crit! What a way to start! That's so sad! How disappointing. If you win, you earn prize money and your Pokemon grow. But if you lose, wrong boy, you end up paying prize money. However, since you had no warning this time, I'll pay for it. But things won't be this way once you step outside these doors. That's why you must strengthen your Pokemon by battling the wild Pokemon. Man, that was certainly a good way to get at least free XP. Unfortunately, not the case. Our first Pokemon battle ends in a defeat, and what an embarrassing way to do it. A crit of all things. I mean, we've had our experiences with crits, but come on. Man. Alright, I'm sorry, Bulbasaur. I couldn't do you any justice. That is my fault as a trainer. I couldn't do it for you. Hopefully he'll be a good Bulbasaur though when he... Alright, as I go ahead and start just heading out towards town, I will go ahead and explain a couple key mechanic differences from the remakes compared to the originals. There's still so much to go over, but of course I'll just add on little details as we go on through our adventure, because a lot of the important things will be noted as of course we progress through each specific time point in the game. One of the key ones when you get your first Pokemon right out the bat is going to be pretty obvious. Is going to be stats. So of course in the original, there was obviously there was attack, defense, HP, speed, and special. So this is a little bit different now. Of course, starting from Gen 2, they did add, of course, the special split, meaning special attack and special defense are their own different stats. So of course, Pokemon did take advantage of that in the originals. So of course, if you were a Pokemon that had high special, you of course were able to use not only your physical attacks, but special attacks very dangerously. I think the notable ones that took advantage of that were like Snorlax and Tauros. I think Tauros. And Kangaskhan, I think, might have been one of them. Those were the ones where you can put like any special. Oh, Chansey! I can't believe Chansey took that advantage of that so greatly. You of course can put physical and special moves on them, and they can just be a wall and also a brick, like in terms of like just knocking opponents out. Of course, they kind of fixed that to remove that kind of unnecessary kind of disadvantage, if you want to put it that way. It was kind of unfair for certain times. So with the special split, it kind of made some Pokemon weaker again, so it did kind of hinder a little bit of Tauros and Kangaskhan just because they weren't exactly hard hitters anymore, and sometimes, depending on the poke, they weren't able to defend themselves quite easily either. Other than that, that's the most obvious right now. The next biggest change would be, of course, not only is going to be the special split, but also nature. So similar to when we played in Emerald, nature wasn't introduced when Red, Blue, Yellow, and Green came out. So natures are a way to, of course, kind of buff up and also kind of weaken some of the stat pools of Pokemon depending on the nature they get. Right off the top of my head, I don't know the natures, which attack, like which stats boost them or they don't get used up, like Careful Nature. I don't know off the top of my head. So in all honesty, I can't tell if it's going to be good for Bulbasaur or not until I actually look it up. I'm just going to hope it is. Some natures are going to be very important in terms of how a Pokemon can, of course, outlast others and how that difference between being able to knock it out versus leaving it with like super little HP. Those are just a couple of the big key differences that you'll see from the original compared to the remakes now. And of course, all those kind of just go on from this point up until like the most recent releases that we saw, like in Sword and Shield. A lot of that still stays. Kind of like some quality of life changes for the games. Alright, so what we were supposed... No, you're not supposed to go back to the mark. Come on, guys. Alright, once you either win or lose your battle with Blue, you are supposed to be heading over towards Viridian City. Come on! Viridian, like the song. Viridian City. I love that song, by the way. For if you guys remember the original Pokemon anime, that Viridian City song was amazing. Alright, oh, Grandpa, don't be so mean. I'm so sorry. He hasn't had his coffee yet. Yeah. I absolutely forbid you from going through here. This is private property. Yeah, so if you try walking through, this old man will kind of just tell you that you can't go through. I do like how in the English releases, or the non-Japanese release, he says that he hasn't had his coffee yet. In the Japanese release, he does say that he is drunk from alcohol, and of course, we all know why that was changed here, to prevent any kind of information or kind of lead on to the fact that alcohol abuse was kind of going on. It's not good in the kids' game, so why would you say that? But now that we got the parcel from the Pokemart, we can go ahead and take that back to Professor Oak. That's basically, there's not really much to do, honestly, in the beginning. And really, in fact, comparing the original to the remake in terms of like all the necessary key things you're supposed to do, everything's going to be identical to it. There are some differences that did kind of change just because of either certain items being introduced or certain paths being introduced. I will bring those up if any of those differences do come. But why are we getting crit so much in our journey? Come on. This is not a great start to my Pokemon adventure. This really is not a great start. Alright, but I'll level up. I'll take it. Alright. Okay. Other than that, really, nothing else has really changed in terms of typing. We haven't played the Gen 4 game yet, where the physical special split has happened yet, in terms of like the move types. That is still going to be the same as like the originals and when we played Emerald, so nothing there is changing. So some battle mechanics haven't really, changed compared to that. We are going to be seeing very similar things from when we did our Emerald adventure. So just keep in mind that there's not going to be too many big differences until we actually hit those things. Honestly, if you do win the battle against Blue, leveling up does tend to be a little bit easier because you could be like level 7 by this point. Unfortunately, a crit. So pissed that crit happened. Like, that should not have happened that easily. But whatever, that's the name of the game. Oh, Romboy, how's my old Pokemon? Well, it seems to be growing more attached to you. You must be talented as a Pokemon trainer. What's that? You have something for me. Once we deliver this package. Ah, it's the custom Pokeball. I had it in order. Thank you. Hey, Gramps. I almost forgot. What did you call me? Man, this kid is not nice. Oh, right, I have a request for you too. On the desk, this is my invention, the Pokédex. It automatically records data on Pokemon you've seen or caught. It's a high-tech encyclopedia. Romboy and Blue, take these with you. Alright, and we received the Pokédex. Alright, nice. You can't get detailed data on Pokemon by just seeing them. You must catch them to obtain complete data. So here are some tools for catching wild Pokemon. And we got 5 Pokeballs too, perfect. Yeah, I know, I put them in my bag. When a wild Pokemon appears, it's fair game. Just throw a Pokeball at it and try to catch it. This won't always work, however. A healthy Pokemon can escape. You have to be lucky. And to make a complete guide on all the Pokemon in the world, that was my dream. But I am too old. I can't get the job done. So I want you two to fulfill my dream for me. Get moving, you two. This is a great undertaking in Pokemon history. Alright, Gramps, leave it all to me. Wrong boy, I hate to say it, but you won't be necessary for this. I know, I borrowed a town map from my sis. I'll tell her not to lend you one. Wrong boy, haha. Don't bother coming around to my place after this. Right, why is he such a dick? Like, come on. I know we're rivals, but he didn't have to be such an asshole to me. Okay, whatever. So yes, Professor Oak is entrusting us on doing his journey for him. His age has limited him from being able to explore out, so now it is our duty to go ahead and capture every Pokemon we can. I'll be honest, I'm not going to really try to do that. Unfortunately for you guys, I didn't want to see it. But I will try to catch at least the most that I can. On the topic of that, while I go ahead and talk to my mom, Rumble, you should take a quick rest. Yes, healing time, that's what I need. Take care now. Bye, Mom. I'll never come back. Just know that. I'm never coming back. And also, I do want to get the town map, because I do need one. I remember when I first played the remake, I never got the town map from her, so I was like a little bit lost in terms of where I needed to go. But before I get off topic on that margin, I do want to explain about what I was talking about in capturing Pokemon. So I will be honest, I won't be getting a very diverse team right off the bat. My team will really consist of Bulbasaur and a couple of minor appearances from some Pokemon, just to fill up some space and get some level ups across. So this is just a warning. My team will look very bland in the beginning. It won't be until like halfway through where you'll see really my team shine and the team that I kind of want. Just because a lot of the good pokes that I do want, and of course the good Pokemon in general, typically tend to come towards the end of the game. So that's kind of the reason why. But a lot of the very few that I will collect in the beginning will just be very helpful for us in terms of being able to battle gym leaders and other trainers where Bulbasaur may not shine the most brilliantly. That doesn't mean he's bad. But I will say because of that comment, Bulbasaur does tend to be the most slept on starter in the Kanto region, just because Squirtle, great water-type Pokemon, has great defense stats and decent special stats. So he can be a good all-around Pokemon. And water-type, we all know, is just a great type. And Charmander, we all know why. Charizard is just a great fire flying type. Of course, 4 times weak to rock, that's not important. He's very quick and also a very great attacker, offensive and specially, so he can really dish out the moves. That's where Bulbasaur does typically tend to not shine brightly, just because of the fact that he is more a defensive type, similar to Blastoise in Final Evolution. But the reason he kind of falls short is just because grass types typically aren't the greatest in terms of all-out attacking. They aren't really meant for like statuses or really defensive purposes, so that's typically why Bulbasaur does tend to be the most underrated of all 3 of them. I still like Bulbasaur so much. Of course, when I played the original games, a long time ago, my first starter was Squirtle, just because I did get Pokemon Blue, and I like the color blue is like one of my favorite colors, so of course water types, not a surprise there. And when I did get Leaf Green, instead of doing Squirtle again, I did want to change it up a bit, and I decided to go for Bulbasaur instead. And I liked it. I really liked it so much, and that's why I'm doing it again for y'all. Alright, but now that our task is to go ahead and start heading out for our Pokemon Gym adventure, we are going to be heading over towards, now that we have a map, okay, not so used to the controls after a while. We are going to be heading due north, heading over to Pewter City to take on the first gym challenge there. But one difference that the original did not do that we will be seeing here is we're going to be stopped by the old man. Well, now I've had my coffee, and that's why we need to get going. What is that red box you have? Ah, so you're working on your Pokédex. And let me give you a word of advice. Whenever you catch a Pokemon, the Pokédex automatically updates its data. You don't know how to catch a Pokemon? No, I suppose I better show you that. And then he goes ahead and shows you. Alright, and this is the one thing I was talking about in the original. The old man, after he gains consciousness, he just lets you go through. You can talk to him and he'll just be like, oh, we're feeling refreshed now. Go on, get out. In this sense, this is technically a lot of the things that Pokemon games like to do now is, since Pokemon is just such a diverse and big genre, like, it's so many new people getting introduced to this day. Some people have been, started since the original games, or some people are being introduced to it up into like Sword and Shield, like the most recent releases. So, of course, most veterans will understand how the game and the core mechanics will work. Others really won't. There, now tell me that was an education, was not. And take this too. We obtained the Techie TV. Alright, if there's something you don't understand, watch that. It'll teach you about the basics of being a Pokemon trainer. And that's kind of what I was alluding to. So starting from here, up until a lot of the newer games, they did kind of like introduce items and like helpful suggestions on like really what to do if you ever get stuck. That was one of the complaints about the first gen, is just because if you didn't really know what you were doing, or you really weren't like a major league gamer, you could get stuck as soon as like when you're like even right here. Like, I'll be honest, even when I started my adventure the first time around, I didn't even know I was supposed to go to the Pokemon. Like, I didn't know I was supposed to do that. I mean, I remember just leaving Professor Oak's laboratory, trying to go forward, the old man blocking me, and I didn't really know what to do after that point. I was really just stuck for like a long time. It didn't take until like a couple weeks later that I finally realized what I was supposed to do and hand over the parcel to him, and then you can actually progress your adventure. Yes, I know. Internet was still somewhat not advanced enough to where a lot of the game guides and game forums would really tell you immediately. I mean, now you can just type it in how to get past Viridian City, and then answer right there. Wasn't as easy to do it back then, although I'll be honest, if I ever got stuck in a game, I was very hard-headed and just quit the game there because I was just not great at games. So that's just a little bit of information from me. I'm just bad at games. No surprise there. But now that we are able to pass through from the old man, I will go ahead and end off today's adventure here for now, because Viridian City will be a great stopping point from here. So guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. Hope you enjoyed. So recapping, we started our new Let's Play, Pokemon Leaf Greeting, and we already got our first Pokemon, Sword, Bulbasaur. He's going to be a great ally and companion for us. And our mission for now is just to head over to Pewter City so we can take on the first gym leader and get our first badge from him. But we are going to be doing one more thing before we head over there, because I do want to go ahead and bring up something that will be very useful for us. For those who may have not known, because I'll be honest, when I first did it, when I first played, I didn't even know this was a thing. But hey, we all learn at our pace, whether it's very quick or it takes a long time, we'll go ahead and do that. So guys, this has been your boy Ron, and until next time, I'll see you guys back here at Viridian City so you can do some minor preparations to head over to Pewter City. I'll see you guys then. Take care.